Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Our soloist, Johnson City High School junior Josie Tanner, assisted this evening by Emily West.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof that night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Josie Tanner.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was almost a disaster there. Starting lineup is brought to you by Ashton Stevens, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Sesser 8-3 in the Diamond West, 1/2 game behind Vienna, which had clinched the share of the title. After denying Goreville a shot at an outright title, the Indians could knock Sesser out of the race tonight.
How ironic would that be on senior night?
That'd be one heck of a thing for Johnston City to do. Leading off for the Sesser Red Devils will be at one guard, number 10, Gabe Gunter. At another guard, number 21, Eli Shanebuckler. At another guard, number 22, Gavin Woodland.
Step forward to 6'1" senior number 22, Gavin Woodland.
At one forward, number 24, Colt Packer.
Head forward to 6'1" sophomore number 24, Colt Packer.
Roger tried to throw a Green Bay in there, and apparently the parents didn't like it.
Center, 6'3" junior number 42, Blake Mincer.
Blake Mincer rounding out the starting lineup for the Sesser Red Devils. And Mincer going to be a tall opponent for Lath Huxworth, as he's probably got about, I'd say, 100 pounds on Lath.
It's all going to be about footwork with Lath. He's going to be able to have that height advantage. It's all going to come down to footwork and getting posted up down there on the block, much like he did numerous times on Tuesday night.
And as the Sesser Red Devils cheerleaders head off the court, we get ready to take our stand as well for the starting lineups for your Johnston City Indians. Cheerleaders coming out to half court, leading off at one guard will be number 10, the senior, Nolan Murrah.
I love the different handshakes and rituals that each individual has coming out.
Number 13, another senior, Heath Nick. points. Another guard, a junior, number 24, Connor Mowry. Putting his suit on, ready for business. One forward, number 30, he's a junior, Logan Hunter, also known as Big Smooth.
Yes.
And standing at 6'7", also a junior, number 34, Laith Huxworth. Oh, my Lanta, I'm ready for this one.
Yes, sir. It's going to be rocking and rolling here in Window Stair Gymnasium.
And one heck of a night here as the student section still filling up. And as it is movie star night, everybody dressed to the nines, or at least mostly everybody dressed to the nines. Got a few hippies in the crowd.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Something from Days and Confused.
Flower Children. How about that?
Right.
Yeah.
From that 70s show.
I see a
what we're
couple
going
guys
for.
over there in suits and ties.
Right.
What's going on?
Right. No doubt about it.
They're not coaching Duke. What's going on here?
But it's cool to see those kids coming out dressed to the nines and embracing the theme night.
Into the center circle will be number 22, Gavin Woodland, taking on Laith Huxworth for the jump ball. Sesser and Johnson City taking the floor. 8 minutes up on the clock. The three referees are ready. And here we go. Sesser on their feet as the jump ball comes down to Sesser. And now Packer with the basketball. He hands it off to Gunter. Gunter goes over to Woodland. Woodland back with the basketball. Goes to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler back to Packer, top of the key. Goes back over to Mincer. Now over on this side to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball, going back to Packer here on the near side corner. Swings it back over to Shane Bachler, over to Mincer, and looks over to Woodland on the far side. Woodland over to Packer. Packer is looking back to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler into Woodland. Woodland back to Mincer, top of the key. Off to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler looking side to side. Throws it back out to Mincer between the circles. 7:20 left here in the first quarter. As Woodland takes the basketball, dribbling here on the near side, back to Mincer between the circles, top of the key. Goes back over to Shane Bachler, down in to number 22, that's Woodland. He goes up off the glass for two. Sesser strikes first in this one as Connor Mowry brings the ball up the court, crossing the timeline, throws it ahead to Laith Huxworth. Huxworth back to Nibbs. Nibbs over to Connor. Connor here on the near side corner as he throws it into Logan Hunter. Big Smooth scores two with the layup.
Indians come out again in that 1-2-2.
And Gunter.
It's going to be a kick ball there from Huxworth.
And it'll be Sesser basketball out of bounds. Number 21, Eli Shane Bachler. He inbounds it to Woodland. Woodland throws it back up here to Packer. Packer back down to Shane Bachler. Three ball from the corner. No. It's off the far side rim. And Laith Huxworth comes up with the rebound. Throws it off to Logan Hunter and now to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs crossing it up, dribbling down here this side. Takes it himself off the glass and good for two. Wow. That was one heck of a layup by Heath Nibbs.
That was almost an impossible angle, to be honest with you.
It's one of those you take in horse and hope it lands. And Woodland with the three ball, he scores. And he's got 5 points now for the Sesser Red Devils. 5-4 is the score. 6:05 left here in the first quarter as Connor Mowry crosses the timeline. A 1 point lead for the Red Devils. As Connor comes down on this side, he looks down and backs back out to Logan Hunter, top of the key. Hunter with the basketball going to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs on the far side into Laith. Laith goes up for two. He's fouled. It's going to be on Gavin Woodland. That's his first, team's first. And going to the line to shoot two will be Laith Huxworth.
We talked about it in the open. It's going to come down to footwork and getting position. And right there, Laith done a great job on the block.
And we're making that drop step to get down on the bottom lane. And he scores his first free throw. His first point of the ball game. It's 5-5, tie score. Here comes shot number two. Shots up and good. Laith Huxworth once again with that high arch free throw. Gunter with the basketball, throws over here to Woodland. Woodland back to Mincer, top of the key. Back over to Woodland here on this side. Woodland takes a little 7-footer. No, it's off the inside of the rim. And Laith Huxworth comes down with a rebound. Off to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs crossing the timeline with 5:33 left here in the first quarter. Back to Big Smooth. That's Logan Hunter, top of the key. Off to Connor Mallory now as he resets the offense. Dribbles between the circles out near half court. He gets a screen from Lath and throws out to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs loses the basketball but quickly regains possession over to Logan Hunter on the far side. Logan with the basketball back to Heath Nibbs. And Nibbs throws to Connor Mallory here on the near side. Coach Scott Brzezinski yelling out plays as his offense resets now. Back to Logan, over to Connor. Connor, 3-ball, no. It's off the far, and Nolan Murrah gets called for the over the back. His first, team's first. Nolan Murrah. It's the first foul for the Indians as Mincer inbounds the basketball to Gunter. Gunter back to Mincer.
I love seeing Lath at the top of this 1-2-2. It makes a huge difference when you have that long of a wingspan.
Woodland with the basketball goes over to Mincer on the far side to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler into Woodland, back out to Mincer. Mincer 3-ball, no, as Woodland gets the ball, and there's a foul. I believe it's going to be on Connor Mallory. No, they gave it to Logan Hunter. Yep. His first, team second. Woodland going to the line to shoot 2. All 5 points for Sesser Valier have been from Woodland so far. 4:36 left here in the first quarter. Shots up and good. He ties the ball game at 6 apiece.
Here with over 3 minutes gone by.
Halftime at the end, a classic 2A Girls Regional Championship. DuQuoin 23, Carterville 20.
Woodland's looking to get the basketball, and you can tell he's ready to fire it at any time.
He scores his second. It's 7-6. Sesser Valier's lead by 1. Connor Mallory bringing the basketball up the court, crossing the timeline, over to Nolan Murrah on the far side. Murrah back to Logan. Logan over to Connor. Connor here on the near side, dribbles down in the paint, goes up for a little 2. It's good. Connor Mallory scores 2. And Sesser Valier quickly taking it to the other end. And Nolan Murrah gets called for his second as he's ran over quite literally. His second, team's third. And now out of bounds will be number 24, Colt Packer. Packer with the basketball as he's looking for an open man. He throws it out. Connor Mallory gets the steal. Mallory with a quick breakaway going up and scores a layup. And now Woodland takes the basketball, inbounds to Gunter. Gunter, as he goes to the far side, stops, pauses, back to Mincer, top of the key. Goes over to Woodland here on the near side as Sesser Valier takes the basketball. 3:56 out to Shane Bachler from the corner. 3, good. Shane Bachler scores 3 and ties the ball game once again, 10-10. Lath Huxworth with the basketball down in the paint. He goes up for 2. Nope. He tries to get his own rebound, and it goes into the hands of Packer. Packer with the basketball as he hands it off down to Shane Bachler. Bachler loses the basketball out of bounds, and it'll still be Sesser Valier basketball as Heath Nibbs tried to save it.
That's great reaction there from Nibbs to even get a hand on that basketball.
And out of bounds is number 24. That's Packer. I'm sorry, that was Shane Bachler into Packer. Back to Shane Bachler here in the near side corner. Off to Woodland. Woodland spins. Jump shot from 5, and it's good. Gavin Woodland has 9 points already, and he's got the majority of the Sesser Valier points so far. 3:15 left here in the first quarter. Off to Nolan Murrah here on this side. Murrah throws back to Logan Hunter, top of the key, into Lath. Lath back up to Heath. Heath, 3-ball. Yes! Heath Nibbs scores 3 and puts Johnson City ahead by 1. Gunter with the basketball as he throws back out to Packer. Packer over to Woodland. 3-ball, no good, as Heath Nibbs comes down with the rebound and throws ahead to Connor Mallory. Mallory with the basketball going down, and he resets back at the free throw line out to Lath Huxworth. Huxworth throws over to Nolan Murrah. Murrah back to Heath Nibbs. Nibbs coming all the way over to Logan Hunter here on the near side. 2:37 as Lath Huxworth has the basketball now down on the baseline. Goes up for 2, and they said he traveled. He picked up his pivot foot. 2:33 left here in the first.
That Woodland Huxworth matchup is going to be one to watch throughout this game on both ends of the floor.
Gunter crossing the timeline. 2:28 left here in the first quarter. Off to Woodland here on this side. Back to Packer here on the near side corner. Back to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler back to Mincer between the circles. Back over to Woodland on the far side. Woodland now back to Mincer, top of the key. He feeds it into Gunter. Gunter with the basketball. Back out to Shane Bachler for 3. It's good.
3-point basket,
Shane Buckler, that's his second three. He's got 6 points on the night so far. Heath Nibbs with the basketball as he goes up for two and scores. Heath Nibbs now has 7 on the board. Gunter taking the basketball as we go back and forth here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Out to Minter. Minter, 3 ball. No, it's off the back of the rim. Connor Mallory tries to come up, and they said it's off Connor. It'll be Sesser basketball out of bounds. Minute 46 left here in the first quarter. 15-15 is the score. Tie ball game here at Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium. Into Woodland. Woodland with the basketball as he throws out to Shane Bachler on the far side. Into Packer. Packer down in the wide open lane. Misses the layup completely. Throws ahead to Heath Nibbs with the rebound coming from Logan Hunter. Back to Logan, top of the key. Off to Lake. Lake here on the near side. And Logan tipped the basketball. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Sesser basketball. Minute 27 now left here in the first quarter. As the student section still standing, cheering on the Johnson City Indians. Woodland with the basketball here on the near side. Throws down to Packer. Packer down to Woodland. Woodland reverse layup is good for 2. Woodland now has 11 on the night. 17-15. Sesser lead. Minute 6 as Noah Murray gets the basketball on the far side. And they are going to call it off as Sesser.
We're going to confer here.
Yeah.
No? They're going to give it to Johnston City.
Mincer is going to go out. Hofford is going to come in as Heath Nibbs is out of bounds for Johnson City. Throws it into Connor Mallory. Minute 2 left here in the first quarter. Off to Lath. Lath over to Connor. Connor looks. Jump shot from 7. Nope, it's too strong. And Heath Nibbs gets his first foul. His first, team's 4th. And now it'll be out of bounds for Sesser. 53.7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sesser 17, Johnson City 15. And as Gunter takes the basketball, taking his time, crossing the timeline with 46 seconds left here in the first quarter. Off to Hofford. Hofford back over here to Woodland. Woodland over to Packer here in the near side corner. Stolen by Heath Nibbs. Nibbs with the basketball, throwing ahead to Lath. Lath going up for 2. The layup is good. Lath Hawksworth ties the ball game with 30 seconds remaining. Gunter with the basketball, crossing the timeline as he looks in for Woodland. And Logan Hunter will have his second foul, team's 5th. And out of bounds for Sesser. 23.5 seconds. And into the ball game comes Nolan Causey and Boston Payton replacing Nolan Murrah and Logan Hunter.
And that's a tough foul there on Hunter as Woodland was a little bit out of control under the baseline, or on the baseline, excuse me.
Gunter with the basketball out front. 17 seconds left as he tosses off to Hofford. Hofford back over to Woodland on the far side. 12 seconds. Back to Hofford. Swings it over here to Gunter. 9 seconds now the basketball as he looks for Woodland. Woodland jump shot from 11. It's good as Woodland scores 2. And shot at the buzzer. It was just underneath the rim. As we end the first quarter, Sesser 19, Johnson City 17. We'll be right back. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
On June 28th, Williamson County residents will have a unique opportunity. On that day, residents will choose to elect an individual who has more than 3 decades of business leadership and 12 years of frontline law enforcement experience. Williamson County deserves leadership, honesty, integrity. Diedrich for Sheriff, 2022. Paid for by Diedrich for Sheriff Committee.
Family custody becomes unexpectedly. Whenever divorce, child custody, we're going through it together. Johnson made a route to turn the law to help you through the process, along with a happier process, such as adoption. However, since 2004, Megan Richmond through ups and downs, trials and tribulations from every room. Now her focus is finding law. For more information, go to your call at 618-579-0579, or stop by the office at 611 North 4th Street in Maryland to schedule an appointment.
And as we come back to the broadcast, Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium, Johnson City High School, as Heath Nibbs, Nolan Causey, Connor Mallory, Lath Huxworth, and Boston Payton come back into the ball game for Johnston City. And inbounded to Connor Mowry from Nolan Causey. Connor crossing the timeline as he throws off to Nolan here on the far side. Nolan with the basketball as he dribbles this way. Looking for an open man, throws over to Boston Payton. Payton feeds it into Lath. The loose ball is stolen by Shane Buckler, and Shane Buckler scores 2. 7:33 left here in the second quarter as Connor Mowry crosses the timeline. Goes over to Heath Nibbs here on the far side. Nibbs with the basketball over to Boston Payton. Payton goes to Connor Mowry. Mowry with the basketball to Nolan Causey, top of the key. It's off, and the rebound comes down to Boston Payton. Into Connor. Connor goes up for 2, forcing it. Lath with the putback, no good. And Mincer comes down with the rebound. Off to Guntler. Guntler with the basketball as he looks for Hofford. Hofford off to Shane Buckler. 3-ball, good. Shane Buckler is a dangerous weapon. 6:55 left here in the second quarter. And there's a steal. And it's on Heath Nibbs. That's his second, team's 6th. Isaiah Watson coming into the basketball game. As the ball inbounded to Gunter. 24-17 is the score. Sesser lead over Johnson City. 6:40 left here in the second quarter. Off to Woodland here on this side. Back to Gunter here in the near side corner. Gunter with the basketball as he throws off to Hofford. Hofford spins, throws out to Mincer. Mincer top of the key, into the free throw line. Back out to Shane Buckler. Off to Gunter. Gunter with the basketball here on the near side. Off to Hofford. Hofford looks at the basketball, dribbles back out, into the paint, up for 2. He missed the layup, and the rebound comes down to Gunter. Gunter out to Shane Buckler. 3-ball, it's good. Shane Buckler scores 3. And Coach Scott Brzezinski wants a timeout. Sesser gets to their feet. 6:11 left here in the second quarter. It is Sesser 27, Johnson City 17. We'll be right back on Monster Radio, WGGH.
Yes, why would you go anywhere else? It's not just a slogan. They mean it with the one-on-one attention they give students. They mean it with the quality instruction and programs of study they offer. They mean it with their affordable tuition. They mean it when they want to live up to the mission of serving all students in the best way possible. Now you can look elsewhere, but when you ask your friends, your family, or anyone else that has ever attended John A. Lincoln College, they'll tell you, why would you go anywhere else? And they'll mean it.
As we return to Wendell Sterrick Gymnasium, boys after 3, Goreville 59, Trico 34. That is from Tim Petrowich in our studios. Thank you very much, Tim. Keeping us updated of all the scores. Inbounded to Isaiah Watson. Watson back over to Connor Mowry on the far side. 6:05 left here in the second quarter. Connor Mowry with the basketball, throws over to Noah Causey on the far side. Boston Payton top of the key, over to Isaiah Watson. Back to Connor Mowry here on the near side. Back to Boston. Boston picked up his foot before he dribbled the basketball, and that's an instant travel. And it'll be into the hands of Mincer. Mincer throws into Gunter. Gunter with the basketball as he throws down to a wide open Hofford. Hofford puts up the layup for 2. Acted like he was going to throw it off to a wing, and he had Hofford wide open underneath the basket. Nolan Causey, top of the key between the circles. Throws off to Connor Mowry here on the near side. Mowry back to Lath. Lath goes over to Isaiah Watson on the far side. Zaya looking side to side as he throws back over here to Nolan Causey. Causey goes up for 2. Layup, no good. And the rebound comes down to Gunter. Gunter with the basketball, taking it quickly. He throws off to Hofford. Hofford reverse layup, no good. Lath Huxworth comes down with a rebound. Connor Mowry now with the basketball as he goes coast to coast, and he's fouled, pushed down. And it will be on 34. That's on Hofford. It's his first, team's second. Connor Mowry going to the line to shoot 2. 5:07 left here in the second quarter, 29-17. Keaton Fort ready to come in for Johnston City. Shots up, good. Connor Mowry gets his first free throw of the game. Replacing Boston Payton is Keaton Fort. 5:07 left here in the second quarter. 29-18. See if we make it 29-19. Shots up. Good. Connor Mallory, good from the line as Gunter takes the basketball quickly here on the near side. Throws over to Shane Bachler, back to Gunter, top of the key, as Gunter looks down to Hofford. Hofford back to Woodland here on the near side. Back to Gunter down in the corner. Gunter with the basketball. He finds Mincer, top of the key, throws over to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler goes over to Woodland on the far corner. Woodland down with the basketball, down to the free throw line, back to Hofford. Hofford picked up his foot before he took a dribble. And now Heath Nibbs comes in the basketball game, replacing Isaiah Watson. 4:40 left here in the first quarter. 29-19 is the score. Johnson City with the basketball. And Connor Mallory crosses the timeline. 4:32 left here in the second quarter. Lath Huxworth dunks it home. Lath Huxworth dunks it home. And that gets the crowd alive. Mincer with the basketball, hands it off to Gunter. Gunter with the basketball looking. He shuffled his feet, no call with the travel. Into Gunter. Gunter with the basketball out to Mincer. Mincer, three ball, no good off the back of the rim. And the ball hits Heath Nibbs in the face as Gunter comes down with the basketball off to Shane Bachler. Shane Bachler with the basketball. And Heath Nibbs is going to be called with a foul. That's his third, team's seventh. We go to line to shoot 1-1. Isaiah Watson in the basketball game. Number 24, that's Colt Packer. He comes back into the basketball game for Sesser Valier. And Shane Bachler goes to the line to shoot 1-1. Excuse me. He makes his first. And he'll be shooting a second. It's good. So they are 4 for 4 from the charity stripe as Connor Mallory quickly brings the basketball this side. Connor loses the basketball as he had a fight for it. Shane Bachler goes up for goaltending by Lath Huxworth. And Shane Bachler will get credit for the score, even though the ball was high up on the glass. And Shane Beckler's got blood on him, so he'll have to come out of the ball game. Unless they can get it taken care of here pretty quickly. Looks like his nose. And they do have to sub for him, so Hofford is going to come into the basketball game for Shane Beckler. 3:48 left here in the second quarter. Sesser Valier 33, Johnson City 21. Nolan Causey with the basketball. He throws it into Connor Mallory. Mallory fakes the threes. He goes down in the paint. 5-footer. No, it does not fall. And he throws ahead to Packer. Packer with the basketball. Challenging Isaiah Watson. Watson makes him miss. And Connor Mallory loses the basketball right back to Packer. Packer goes up and scores two. Connor Mallory now with the basketball. 3:26 as he crosses the timeline. Second quarter action here at Johnson City High School. Off to Isaiah Watson. Watson with the basketball as he goes down in the paint and try to take too many steps. And now it'll be Sesser Valier basketball out of bounds. Timeout by Coach Scott Brzezinski. 3:16 left here in the second quarter. Sesser Valier 35, Johnson City 21. We'll be right back on Monster Radio WGGH.
IBEW Local 702, an international brotherhood of electrical workers, has more than 4,500 members. Working men and women in hard hats, steel-toed boots, and leather gloves scattered throughout the heartland, making a living while making the heartland a better place to live. IBEW Local 702 represents construction workers, street truckers, broadcast engineering, telephone company, and power utility personnel. IBEW Local 702 with offices in West Frankfort. Monster Radio JCHS presents Uncaged, live and local from the Monster Radio studios in Marion, featuring Tim Petrovich and Justin Walker and their take on high school and local sports, as well as college and professional. Every Saturday morning at 10:30 on Monster Radio at AM 1150, 98.5 FM, WGGH.net, and the Monster Radio app.
And we are back here to Windlesterick Gymnasium as Sesser inbounds the basketball. And they throw it off to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball over to Packer here on the near side. Swings it over to Hofford in the near side corner. Hofford goes over to Mincer, top of the key. Back to Packer. Goes over to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball now. Dribbling back towards half court as he throws off to Hofford. Back to Gunter. Gunter with the basketball. Back to Mincer. Swings it all the way over to Packer. And back over to Hofford once again on the far side corner. Hofford with the basketball as he takes it back top of the key between the circles. 2:45 left here in the second quarter. Sesser 35, Johnson City 21. Gunter now with the basketball as he dribbles casually here between the circles. And he hands it off to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball. Back over to Hofford. He throws back to Packer. Packer over to Mincer. Mincer goes over to Hofford on the far side. Hofford with the basketball. Back to Mincer. Swings it over here to Packer. Packer with the basketball, back to Mincer, top of the key between the circles. Off to Gunter again. And Johnson City trying to put some pressure on them as they need a 5-second count or need something. And a body block or a moving screen, depending on what you want to call it. Sesser is maintaining possession of the basketball. Minute 56 left here in the second quarter. And they get the ball back to Gunter. Gunter off to Mincer. Mincer with the basketball as he dribbles back top of the key between the circles. Off to Packer here on the near side. Packer with the basketball as he fakes the handoff to Gunter. Hands it off to Hofford. Hofford now as he hands it off to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball. Hands it back to Mincer. Mincer looking. Trying to catch the Indians off guard. Goes to Gunter. Gunter feeds it in to Packer. Loses possession and goes into Connor Mallory. Mallory with the basketball as he throws in ahead to Lath Hawksworth. And Lath did not have his hands where they needed to be. So it will be Sesser basketball, 35-21. Sesser lead as Gunter takes the basketball across the timeline. He throws it to Packer. Packer off to Mincer, top of the key between the circles. Hands it off to Woodland. Woodland with the basketball, down in the paint, and stripped by Noah Causey. Nolan Causey with the strip and the breakaway as he goes all the way down, and he tried to pass it to Connor Mallory, but Mincer got in the way. Mincer throws it over to Gunter. Gunter with the basketball across the timeline. 55 seconds left here in the second quarter. And Hofford with the basketball, and he totally missed the layup. Nolan Causey ahead to Lath. Lath goes over to Connor. Connor three ball, nope. He fakes it, throws off to Logan. Big smooth, yes! Big, smooth Logan Hunter scores three. And oh my Lanta. Fight back here before halftime. 29 seconds left as Gunter throws down to Woodland. Woodland takes the charge. Oh, come on. Logan Hunter gets called for his third foul. It'll be team's 8th. Class 1A Girls Regional Championship. Christopher 35, Weber Township 21. That's into 3. And 1-1 at the line will be number 22, that is Woodland. 25.3 seconds left. No, he misses it. And that is the first missed free throw from Sesser. Connor Mallory with the basket. He kicked it. And it'll be Johnson City basketball out of bounds. 18.8 seconds left as into the basketball game comes Shane Bachler, replacing number 34, that's Hofford. Nolan Causey with the basketball as he fakes the throw in, throws into Keaton Ford. Ford with the basketball, back over to Nolan Causey. 14 seconds left. 13, 11, 10. Putting in the motion as Nolan Causey goes down, goes up for 2. Logan Hunter with a single-handed putback, and oh my Lanta. At the buzzer, Gunter throws it, and it's off the side of the backboard. That is how halftime will come about. Sesser 35, Johnson City 26. You're listening to Monster Radio, WGGH.
A product of the community for nearly 40 years, Touch is a staple in Johnson City. Jeannie's Magic Touch have and will continue to support Indian athletics. Whether it's an Indian needing a right haircut or Mama needing a new.
This is Johnson City High School dance team, and happy birthday to Jericho Ragsdale. Happy birthday. Start the third quarter, Sesser Career Basketball. Goodman. Sesser foul 21 Eli Shane Beckler, his first, team first. Eli Shane Beckler, his second, team second. On 34 lane Oxford. His first, team first. Chipping into the Indians 25 feet forward. Basket by Gavin Goodman. Indians out to 24 Connor Mallory is his first, team second. Shooting 2, 29 Eli Shane Beckler. Shane Beckler. Timeout on the board. Timeout Indians, 30-second timeout. Fouls on 22, Gavin Newland, his second, team third. Three-pointer, Eli Shane Beckler. Fouls on 13, Ethan Nibbs, his fourth, team third. Entering for the Indians, number 5, Nolan Causey. Gavin Woodland. There in the game for the Indians, 1, Boston, 3, Isaiah Watson. Red Devils 34, Carson Over. Basket by Cole Packer. Sesser foul on 21, Eli Shane back on his third. Shooting 2 for the Indians, number 3, Isaiah Watson. Re-entering for the Red Devils, 22, Gavin Woodman. After 3 quarters, Sesser Red Devils 52, Johnson City Indians 37. At this time, we honor our senior cheerleaders and congratulate them on a great season. Our senior cheerleaders, Taylor Cookfield, Haley Grant, Tabitha Harriker, Tara Tanner, and Madeline Ward. Good job, ladies. We start the 4th quarter, Indians basketball. Indians foul on number 1, Austin Payton. It's his first, 4th team foul. Foul on Austin Payton. His second, team 5th. Basket by Carson Mobley. Foul on number 10, Willie Gunter. His first foul, team 5th. Entering the game, 21, Eli Shane. For the Indians entering the game, 30, Logan Hunter. 13, Heath Nix. Timeout, Red Devils. 30-second timeout. Entering for the Indians, number 1, Boston Payton. Number 3, Isaiah Watson. Basket by Cole Packer. Number 24, Coach Packers, his first foul. Shooting one for the Indians, 24 Valerie. Rebounding for the Indians, 13 Nibs, 30 Logan Hunter. Fouls on 30, Logan Hunter, his fourth, team sixth. Violation against the Red Devils. Shooting one free throw, 24 Hunter Mallory. Re-entering, 34 Carson Hoover. Number one, Boston Payton, 3 Isaiah Watson. Shooting one free throw, number 5, no one to copy.
Everybody looks like 70.
Re-entering for the Indians, 30 Logan Hunter, 13 Nico. On the floor. Sesser, 30-second timeout. his second, team 7. Shooting 2, 22, Gavin Woodland. Isaiah Watson. Number 1, Boston Payton. Foul on 3, Isaiah Watson. It's his first foul. Teammate. Shooting 1-1. 22, Gavin Woodland. 13, Heath Middle. 30, Logan Hunter, a re-enter. And also re-entering 44, Carson Holton. Indian foul 34, Lace Oxford, his third, team 9. Shooting 1-1, 24, Holt Packer. Technical foul against the red on the bench. Shooting the technicals 15, Heath Mills. Indians ball out of bounds. Timeout, Indians, full timeout. Check in for the Red Devils, 42, White Minnesota. Re-entering for the Indians, 1, Boston Payton, 3, Isaiah Watson. Indian foul, number 1, Boston Payton, his third. Shooting 2, 24, Colt Packer. Entering for the Indians, 30, Logan Hunter, 13, Heath Mims. And for Sesser, 34, Carson Hofer. That foul is on 13, Heath Mims. Just fifth foul. Checking in, 42, Blake Minster. For the Indians, 3, Isaiah Watson, and 1, Boston Payton. Indians fouls on number 1, Isaiah Watson. It's his second. Shooting 2, 22, Gavin Woodland. Logan Hunter, 3 for the Indians. 34, Carson Holford is re-entered for the Red Devils. Timeout on the board. Timeout Indians, full timeout. Number 1, Boston Payne, re-entered. 42, Blake Mipser, re-entered. Indian foul 24, Hunter Mallory is second. Shooting 2, 24, Cole Packer. Logan Hunter re-entering for the Indians. Re-entering for the Red Devils, 34, Carson Holford. Fouls on 30, Logan Hunter. His fifth foul. Entering the game for the Indians, 12, AJ Butler. Shooting 2, 22, Gavin Woodland. For 2. Final score, Sesser 66, Johnson City Indians 62.